Welcome to Speak It Podcast with me, your host, SoSo, film director, author, screenplay writer, educator, and producer. I'm known for my book, Tales of Love and War, a book of short love stories. I created Speak It Podcast to give a point of view on relationships, parenting, entrepreneurship, and other relatable topics. So grab your wine and join in with myself and my awesome co-host, creator of the No Podcast, Ron Reed.
Damn, did you eat yet? Oh shit, hold on. Let me eat, 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 let me eat. Before I murder this bitch, let me eat. Before I bless these streets, let me eat. Appetite for that glory. Niggas don't know my story. But Wild Bill be the guy. I ain't got no worries. Used to be out warring, out ducking warrants. Pigs all in my back, you know that's swine tough on us blacks. FN hugging my hip, in my pocket, one extra clip. Got that vest protecting my chest, cause some beef hard as hell to digest. High ground hard, don't rest. Look, bitch, don't be no pest. Lil' hoe to fail my test. Real niggas don't deal with no stress.
The idea. Yo.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up?
It's all good. I brought company.
Not much.
Hey,
I see. We both brought company. Welcome to Speak It Podcast. I am SoSo, and I am here with a lot of people. So, who are you guys?
I'm Ron of the VNO Podcast. Y'all see me every week on here with SoSo, man.
Hey, it's your boy Cypher Sick. I'm a recording artist, performing artist here in Chicago. It's a pleasure to be here, SoSo.
Pleasure to have you.
Do your spiel, bro.
Guy down here.
Hi.
Who are you?
I'm Anthony.
His name is
Founder
Monix.
of Mono House
Media.
7, the new producer in the game. But I'm going for producer of the year this year. You know.
Speak It.
Media Monix, Pod God, Radio Jesus. I'm gonna do it for him.
Right, something, you know.
He said, "My name is Anthony."
Did he say his name was Anthony?
Yeah, man.
He didn't say Media Monix.
No, he said, "My name is Anthony." Bro, let's move this table over here so we looking.
Well, first of all, Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy 2024.
Yes, ma'am.
We made it.
Year.
Oh, it is.
You
Yeah.
said who year?
Kobe year.
Yeah.
It's Kobe year. Mamba
Kobe.
mentality all year.
Okay, Kobe. Okay, I just said COVID. I'm like, wait,
I thought he said COVID.
2024.
Me too.
No, Kobe.
Kobe, yes. Well, Jeff is already talking. That man Monix in the game out here. I'm his rap coach. Okay, well.
Hey, he is. We just cut a record.
Are you serious?
Oh, snap.
He said he was gonna do it. Jeff laid down
Jeff know how to rap.
Bars, a hot 16.
Hot 16. Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Jeff know how to rap.
But he didn't rap.
He didn't
okay.
rap. Oh, he's producing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. All right. So anyway,
He's a slave.
great job, Jeff and Monix. Congratulations on y'all new album. Hope it goes far. So let's get into these topics. No, did that sound shady? That was like for real, like a real blessing.
It didn't sound genuine at all. You feeding into my narrative of women.
You got a lot of narratives of women, and we're gonna get into one right now. So even though I be feeling like I be producing my own show, even though like you're supposed to be producing it, but I just be feeling like I be producing it. So
you don't have to. I'm here for you.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and just keep doing the job that you're supposed to be doing.
Okay. Do we want to can we talk about the clip first?
We didn't see the clip.
Well, we about to watch it.
Okay, I asked you what we doing first. Go ahead, play the clip.
Yeah, let's check out the clip first because it's been going viral on Facebook, TikTok, I believe, on Instagram. So y'all check this out.
What is it about?
You'll see.
Should I play some music while you get it together?
No, I got it.
Or more soft, and a lot of times that is man in, and it's alarming because a man can't be sensitive and soft in his relationship. Where can he be? Like I'm like I don't know too many men that don't want to take their guard down with their old lady. Like I don't want to have to come home and protect myself from you. Like do you know what I gotta go through out in the world, and then to have to come home and guard and tiptoe with you because I can't be vulnerable? Like even when we use the word soft, bro, a man being hard all the time will destroy him. Get you a man that gotta be hard all the time and see how he handle you. Brother, a man has to find softness in himself to properly handle those parts of you. Empathy is like a huge quality that's necessary for a healthy partnership. And in order to empathize, one almost has to see oneself. And if a man can't see himself in your emotions, if he can't see himself in your softness, then again, what do you think he's going to do? So when you talk about not wanting a man that's more sensitive than you, that's you falling into training that cuts pieces of a man off. And then you complain about those pieces being missing when he show up at your doorstep.
How do you deal with a man that is more sensitive than you?
It gets...
Yeah, so it's funny because me and you were talking. Look, why are you looking stone face over there?
Who are you talking to?
You.
I was doing something.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, finish what you were saying.
No, I'm gonna say my piece and shut up because Monic's ready.
I'm ready.
We got Jeff. You got all this masculine energy around you. I know you're probably feeling some kind of way about this, but
I'm not intimidated at all by you men.
It's all like he's speaking all facts. It's funny because me and you were talking, and you said something about, we were going over some relationship banter, and you said something about, I got this man. I don't like him because he just seemed too soft. I just need some. I said, I got a clip for you, SoSo. So, I'm going to shut up and go ahead and let y'all speak on it.
Okay, so when I said too soft, I mean, I don't want like a yes man. I don't want somebody who's going to let me take charge and just constantly, like, he don't know, he's not the man of the house. That's what I mean. Like, I want you to be emotional, but not too emotional. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be as emotional as me, but I want you to be able to express your feelings. I want you to cry if you have to cry. All right. But just don't be like a punk. It's a difference. And so I don't want you to always tell me, yeah, and I'm running things, I'm controlling things, and I might as well just be by myself. So that's what I mean when I say I don't want a soft dude. Why you gonna put him up and I'm talking?
I wanted to highlight his facial expression because it said a lot.
I'm looking at Cypher's facial expression. It's saying a lot. Okay. So anyway, but that's what I mean by soft. All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Monix.
Monix, what say you, bro?
Bear with me because there's a delay
on
my end.
I was gonna let Monix start first.
Go ahead.
All right. So a couple of trigger words, trigger phrases, but I won't show my triggered side. So don't be too soft or too emotional or more emotional than me. Can we all agree that words matter?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. So if words matter, and words, the power of life and death is in the tongue and all that, we got to watch when we talk like that, right? Because don't dictate how emotional I get to be, right? Now, none of us should react with our emotions. Nobody should. Anybody who doesn't, is you even a little bit, you did too much.
Nobody,
but
or
we
no,
all are going to do it.
Period.
Nobody, period, should act off their emotions.
That's not fair.
At least not big decisions.
It's not fair to women because women do that.
Thank you.
Listen, just hear me out though.
Yeah.
Nobody should do that, right?
Yeah.
I
Should.
understanding
Okay,
that
words.
but men and women will.
Yeah.
Understanding that men and women will, so we have to give grace where grace is due. But to say that a man shouldn't be too emotional or more emotional than me, that's what's not fair. Now, not acting in your emotions, men wear their emotions differently than women do. It's not that we're less emotional, because we are not less emotional. We just wear it differently. You know, like if you get quiet instead of saying something, that's from an emotion. It's also smart, depending on who you're dealing with, but it's from an emotion. When I get angry and punch something, that's an emotion. If I'm upset at my woman, that's an emotion. If she annoys me, that's an emotion. We are all very emotional, but we do need to handle it better, right? Men can't wear their emotions like women do. It's just not becoming of us, and it doesn't show the idea of protection, right? And we have to do that as men. We do have to be a little tougher, in a sense.
Okay, right. That's what I'm saying.
Us. That's the nature of men. But no, that ain't what you said. That's probably what you meant. But I'm working with the idea that words matter.
That's what I said. You can be emotional, but just don't be so, don't let, I don't want a yes man. When I was talking to Ron earlier,
what
I
you
was
said
saying,
was
like,
don't be more emotional than me.
Right, because I'm very emotional. Like, I can cry right now.
Okay, right. But I'm saying, but you are trying to tell a person how emotional they should be. They can't help what triggers them. They can't help what triggers them. They can only help what they do about it.
That's true.
So
I
what
agree with you with
what
that.
gets me riled
Maybe I
up?
was wrong when I said that.
Yeah. So what gets me riled up? I can't control that. If you if you winked at me and I get mad about it, I can't help that I'm mad about it, but I can help what I do about it. And then best practices make you react differently. That's all we can do about that. Right. And we all should be practicing, meaning do it on purpose. Have this reaction on purpose until you've practiced it so much that it's second nature. Like, I'll tell you what, I don't think I'll come off this way, but I'm extremely emotional. I'm very emotional.
But can I ask you a question? So
I just have places to vent.
Let me ask you a question. So it's always this conversation of, women thinks of emotion, men thinks logical. So then when we talk about men being emotional, now men cry about, I should be able to be emotional. But when a woman is emotional, it's like we're not thinking right. We're not thinking with logic. But when a man can be emotional, or when the women say, you shouldn't be so emotional, y'all don't want us being emotional. Y'all think with logic and we think with emotion, or we act off emotion. Y'all act logical. So why now it's a man can be sensitive, a man can be emotional, but it's a problem when we do it, but it's supposed to be okay when y'all do it.
Go ahead. Can I chime in? I got the answer for that. That's because men historically have been desensitized from our emotions.
Both of y'all talking at the same time.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Simon.
No, I was just gonna say historically, men, we have been desensitized. We're trained, for most of us are trained from the offset to not be emotional, to just suck up anything that happens to us from a very young age. So I think women are allowed to be emotional. Like it's more common, not just because of the whole, you guys act off emotion and we act off logic. That's just like how society has it set up. So when a man wants to be vulnerable, we're automatically looked at crazy anyway, because it's like we've been taught and programmed to not be that way. But that's not human. Like to Monic's point, like we all have to, react off emotion at some point. We all have to use our emotions at some point. Even if I'm a logical brain thinker, 90% of the time, it's a 10% margin for error where I'm going to be emotional. But as a guy or as a male or as a man, we're not even brought up to understand our emotions. We need to have emotional intelligence. That's the main thing a lot of men lack, is emotional intelligence, so we can understand how to deal with those emotions better and how to interact with women and their emotions better.
I'm gonna have to disagree with the part of my counterpart here. Just the part of it.
I actually kind of agree with him.
The part that I think men. I think he said that men have to be able to understand their emotions better. There is a way that women also have to be able to understand their emotions better. I think we have to understand each other better. I highlight this comment because we have to start. We have to heal as a community.
I agree.
And
That
I
was
think
Kim.
part of the
That was
healing is
yes, Kimberly.
letting our Black women be. I want to kick myself right now. Letting our Black women be somewhat aggressive and angry, and realizing that it might not be coming from a place of aggression and or anger, because that just might be how she's raised, and we need to teach each other how to be a little bit softer. We need to be a little bit softer towards her. We need to, as men, I think we need to, and there are a lot of strong men, not just Black men, men that do this period, because there's a lot of Hispanics, boy. Hispanics, Puerto Rican women, they be on fire, boy. And I'm overgeneralizing here, but I'm just saying, like, you have to have a certain type of man that can bring you down from that. Because me, I got to get there. I'm walking away. Sometimes that's not always the best way to go about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to learn how to be better. Oh, that's a lot better, G.
That's much better. That is so much better.
Yeah. But I have to learn how to go about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to handle this aggression in women, but also I have to realize that it's there. It's there because of a lot of times society, upbringing, and they don't even mean to be like that. But I have to make room to tolerate it, and not just say I'm not gonna deal with this, because I've said that a couple times and it worked out for me. But also I feel like I never have regrets, but I feel like I might have misstepped at times.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I feel like with the whole, it's true with Black women. Like, I always say this, and it's so true, that we are like the most unprotected species on this planet, because we can't, from our men and other men, we can't do anything right. It's always something. If we're angry or we're emotional, and sometimes we haven't, like the households we grew up in. Like, so I haven't, like I said, my household growing up, my mom wasn't an emotional person. Like, she yelled a whole lot, but I never really seen my mom cry, but like at a funeral. She didn't really give us hugs and stuff like that. It wasn't like a lot of love and emotion in the household. It was more so of like, when she got mad, she yelled or whooped us, And so that's what we were used to. We emotional, we yelling, And so, but it is up to us as adults, as we grow up, to change. And especially if we know that wasn't good behavior, we can always blame our upbringing once we done lived so long and we start raising kids. With my grandson, when he fell the other day, he was crying, and his dad, who was a Black man, it's like, get up, you okay, stop crying. I said, no, let him cry. If he hurt, he should be able to express that he's hurt. Let him show that emotion. So I want him to start growing up and not be a little soft little crybaby, like people say, but to be able to express that he's hurt, because that wasn't in our household. Like Cypher 6, I keep saying Cyber, but it's Cypher. Like Cypher 6 said, we should be able. It wasn't brought in the household for Black men to be, and even not even Black men, because it's white fathers that teach their sons the same thing. Like, oh, you fell, get up, be tough. That's just how men, period, were raised. They weren't raised to be emotional or, to show hurt or to show whatever. But at the same time, you can be emotional and you can be strong. Don't be a yes man. Don't let the woman. You still got to learn how to be a leader in your household, on top of being, and being able to show emotion.
You hit me with a trigger, what you just said.
What?
And it has nothing to do with the subject matter, but when did you correct this Black man? Right away?
What, the daddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, right away.
Oh, that's something. So if we want our men to be leaders, because I battled this for 20 years where I got sick of arguing. And so then I just started letting anything happen. And this is just coming from my perspective. This is is sometimes it's best to let it play out and take it to the background and talk to him about it. This is your daughter's baby's father, or this is your baby's father?
Yes, this is my daughter's baby father. The baby is a year old. So,
sometimes he's young. He's learning to be a leader. And that's something that me battling. I battled a lot of women in my life, telling me how to be a man. And I know you were trying to teach him this, but maybe he I can't tell you how to go about like raising your grandson, but I know I battled trying to be a leader and a bunch of women telling me what I was doing wrong.
See, that's the only thing I correct him with. And then if he try to get smart or whatever, that's different. But like with that, I don't tell him how to raise his son, but unless they oversleeping and I say stop being selfish, get up and be with the baby. But they're new parents, and so there's a lot of things they need to learn that they have, that they've been. So they're, these kids, our kids are spoiled.
Yeah.
So they're having babies. And and they're a little, they still need some guidance in parenting. Yeah. So some things, I'm going to guide him as to be a good father. Not, a man, his daddy got that job. I can't teach him how to be a man. I'm a woman. I could tell him how to be a good father, his kid, and to parent his kid, and to not be so tough because he is a boy. Mm-hmm. Because it was a little girl that fell, he wouldn't have said, "Oh, be tough" and whatever. He would have picked himself and patted her and her express her emotions of being hurt.
That kind of thing has its place, though.
Huh?
That kind of thing has its place, though, right? I have to prepare my son to protect the family, so he does need different kinds of toughness than my little girl needs. When my daughter was 15, she asked, "Why don't y'all let me loose like y'all let Rael loose when he was 15?" Well, honey, Rael can take care of himself a bit better than you can. That's just the nature of the game. You know what I mean? He needs these, so he can learn the lessons he needs to learn. And of course,
ain't nobody trying to penetrate Rael.
No, but he's a year old though. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
he can get that.
I know, but
as he get older. Mm-hmm. But as a baby, I want him to be able to. I want him to know, like how y'all just said, women, when men try to express their emotion, women looking at them like, because they grew up in a household when they daddy told their brother, "Oh, stop crying, be tough. What you crying? Men don't cry." Listen. So that's how we coming up, seeing our fathers telling our daddies that, or and so now when a guy cried to us, we like, "Oh, why you crying? You a little punk."
Right, but you're talking about a father and his son, and so he needs that from his father. Hey, son, get up. Right? I imagine he didn't kick him in the ribs and say, "You better get your ass up," or nothing like that.
He'd be dead right now.
Because that's what my father did for me. He said, "Get up, son. You're gonna do it again anyway." When I fell off my bike, no, don't sit there in the tears, boy. Let's go. Because I, as a man, need that toughness. How else do I learn to protect the women in my life? I gotta be able to put it on the line for them. In order to do that, I gotta put it on the line for myself. Yeah. I'm not saying you were wrong,
that's true.
Like that, because the dynamics of your household.
But he a year. He learned how to ride a bike and fall off the bike. I'm be like, okay, let him fall off the bike. Let him get back up. But he's learning how to walk.
You got to let him deal with that the way he know how to deal with it. He's going to learn. He's going to be wrong sometimes. He don't
really know how to deal with it. He's a first-time parent.
I didn't hear you say that again.
He's a first-time parent. He don't really know how to deal with it.
I said let him learn. That's what I said. Let him learn. He's going to make mistakes, and that's okay.
I know. But if I'm there to help correct the mistake, of course.
Right. So
if I'm there to help him learn from his mistake, I can. And I just don't want my grandson to feel like he can't. How y'all feel? He can't show emotion. I want him to be able to show emotion. And it's still at the same time grow up knowing how to be a man and growing up how to lead. But at the same time, if he have to be vulnerable, he can trust being vulnerable with his woman. A lot of men are vulnerable alone. That's why they built the man caves, really, because they go. And I had this conversation with Eric, who's actually watching, who's my co-host for Eric and SoSo. Y'all deal with emotions and y'all deal with things by yourselves, and then y'all try to solve the problems by yourselves. Then y'all come back once the problem is solved, and then y'all want to tell us about it because y'all feel like y'all cannot share these emotions with us, or share if y'all got fired from y'all job right away. Y'all not finna call us and tell us, hey, y'all got fired and y'all upset or whatever. Y'all gonna try to figure it out first, figure out how y'all can fix this problem, try to find another job. After y'all find another job, then y'all come tell us, oh, I got fired from that job, but I'm working at this job now. Y'all try to solve the problem before y'all even tell us it was a problem.
Well, because we have to have a plan.
There is a dynamic.
Right,
I agree with what Monica said. There's this dynamic where it's not even said. I don't even know if most people understand it. And I'm a boss at work. And so I know this dynamic. I like to hear other people's point of view. I like to get feedback from other people. After a certain while, those people try to take over. And I have to realize that even though I want to hear their point of view, I need to come up with the solution myself at times. And I think even in relationships, there's this dynamic that we don't talk about, where if every time that man went through something and he brought it to you like, baby, I lost my job, and you like, get out there and go fill out an application and go find another one. And then after a while, he like, well, she wanted me to bring up Ron for her. And you looking at this cat like, this nigga can't figure out nothing. I'm sick of him coming to me. And then when he go to
now, if you don't lost too many jobs, you need to get up out of my house. Like, your ass can't keep a damn job.
That's why you
don't wrong.
Why you doing the
You gotta be.
Hey, let me say this though.
You got a different name tag on. There's something wrong.
Let me say this though. As men, we got to be comfortable enough with our emotions. We can't be so. Even if they say, even if they kind of like don't handle it well, that we have emotions or whatever. So what? That's on them. That's for them to deal with. You know what I'm saying? If I go to my woman and say I lost my job, and she throw a fit at me, that's her personal problem. I don't got to be mad because she
exactly.
Mad. So we got to practice that. You know, and you got to be careful because it'll start trending, not giving a damn, and you don't want to get to a place where you don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be solid, secure enough in yourself, to be able to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? I lost my job today. If she got something crazy to say to me, then I'm not talking to her right now, and I'm gonna go play my video game or something. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't finna talk to me crazy. You're not finna make me feel bad about my already bad day, right? And so I'm understanding this early. So I don't even need her to support me in that because I know better at this point.
Right.
If you do support me, great. I appreciate you, love. Now we can talk about it. I learned today that I got to stop expecting me from people.
Yes.
If she came to me and said she lost her job, I wouldn't do that to her, right? But if she did it to me, that's still her problem.
But I don't think a woman will do that. I mean, it depends on the woman. If she's just like this, if she's already an aggressive woman that you could barely talk to anyway, type of woman, you know your woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you know how you can approach her, what you can tell her, because this behavior ain't new with her. So if you came to her, if you lost your job and she's this type of woman that be putting you down anyway or whatever, I probably wouldn't go to her right away and tell her that I lost my job, because I already know she's gonna have something smart to say. She's gonna try to put me down, or now she's gonna feel like she's in control of everything. But if you got a woman who you know that you can go talk to about anything, and and things that happen to you in your life, you're able to talk to her and she's understanding, then go tell her you lost her job. Because what she's gonna do is say, okay, so what's the plan? Do you need me to help you find a job? Me, myself, I'm gonna be on the internet looking for jobs, on Indeed looking for jobs and sending you jobs to apply to.
Yeah.
So it all depends on your woman. So like every woman, you can't say like, well, she gonna, if I lose my job 5 times and I keep going to her, she gonna be like, boy, go on and find another job. If 5 times, depending on your woman, she might be sensitive to your needs. Or that woman that's controlled, she might be like, get out my house.
Yeah.
So
fellas, don't move in without a lease.
Oh yeah,
say that right now. Because that whole get out my house shit. Oh boy.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the comment that said, yet you shouldn't even be in that mind frame. You can't assume what we would or should say.
Which mind frame? What was that in response to?
That's Kim. That's my girl Kim. Hey Kim.
So what I would say to that is this. I do believe that the age-old saying of you assume you make an ass of yourself. I believe in that, right? But I don't think that it's always necessarily an assumption with men, because it's more of a presumption than an assumption, because I have multiple previous examples of you doing this. There's, like you just said, I know my woman, right? There's no way you're going to tell me what you weren't going to say, because I know you. If I know you, then I do know what you were going to say, or I have a very good educated guess on what you was going to say. So I'm still warranted in
You
that.
just cussed me out for not taking the garbage out yesterday.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So what are the odds that you won't cuss me out for this? Like, and even if I'm wrong about that, and it is an assumption, can you blame me? Can you blame a man from thinking that way? Like, what else are we supposed to think?
Yeah. Some pain behind that.
I mean, to that I can understand. Like I said, because that's your woman and you know her. So what to bring to her and when to bring it to her and when not. So if I had a woman that always just yelled at everything I did, that was so well, I mean, if I was a man and that was so aggressive with everything, first of all, I probably wouldn't be with her no more. But if I chose to stay with her, then yeah, I would try to solve the problem before I even brought it to her, because that's the type of woman that you have. But if you have a supporting woman already that's going to support you and be, and be there for you, then don't hold back your feelings or your emotions or your issues with her, because it's going to make. My ex was like that. When he went through something, he lost somebody or whatever, even when he got sick, he was like, he always kept it to himself. He always wanted to take care of himself. And I felt like he didn't trust me with his feelings or his emotions, because when I would ask him about it, it was like he was that type. He was that man, that alpha male that wanted to figure it out himself and then bring it before he brought it to me. And I felt like that was wrong. It was like, you didn't trust me with your feelings. You didn't trust me with your issues. And I never gave you reason not to, because you never gave me a chance to give you a reason not to, because you were just that's just how he was built. That any issue he had, he took it and he dealt with it himself.
Yeah, that's a learned behavior. So we have to unlearn what we learned. Back to the point that me and Mons kind of touched on earlier. We have to unlearn certain things in order for us to even be able to do, some of the things that the women want us to do. If we've been brought up that way, or if that's the way society is built us up, we can't just turn it off. We have to unlearn that behavior. That takes work.
You bought reinforcements, huh? She said all this.
I know. But thank you, Kim.
All this masculine you ain't about to be on here and attack my SoSo.
Look, no, it's not an attack though.
No, we know it's not an attack.
It's not an attack though.
She's just backing up her girl. That's me understanding these women. I'm not even about to go in.
But to the point, of her saying like we already thinking negative. No. False. Let's stop that. Let's stop that. It's not negative to be realistic.
Yeah.
It's a difference between being pessimistic, optimistic, and realistic. Yeah. Those are not the same things. Yeah. I'm a realistic person. A lot of men who I deal with that are my brothers and my brothers in arms, we literally are realistic thinkers. So realistically, if you've shown this pattern of behavior for X amount of weeks, X amount of months, X amount of years, I have every reason and God-given right to think that I know what you're going to say, because 9 times out of 10 I do.
And I'll tell you what, I don't do blind faith.
We was talking about how he grew up and learned behaviors growing up. If you know that on the next block, that people from your block is getting shot, you're not gonna walk over there and be like, let me get this. Let me just see what.
Maybe they won't because I grew up on the block, and it was these guys walked down the same street and carried a gun. This guy got arrested. Here go another dumb fool walked down that same street with a gun. He got arrested. And here go another dumb dude walked down the same street with that gun. Don't the police be over there? Now 3 guys and got arrested. You're going to walk down that same street through the same thing, and now you got arrested. Yeah. So sometimes people don't learn.
That's the point they're making. That I'm dumb if I'm walking
the tone of your text. I don't know if you coming at me hard or if this is like
don't even try to read the tone of my text, bro.
She knows if you
I don't like this. You ain't gotta like it, Kim, but it don't change the reality of the situation. I tell people this all the time. There's a lot of stuff I don't like, but it don't change that if it's true. If it's true, it's true. It's a lot of stuff I disagree with, but that don't make it any less true. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
And we're just talking personal experiences, right? I mean, maybe somebody else's reality is different. I just know what mine is like, and I know I'm not crazy. So sometimes it be shit like, hey man, I think you're doing this. If we could address this differently, that'd be great. And then the other person will be like, no, I don't be doing that. I'm gonna tell you what. At that point, I'm done with it, because I'm not about to try to convince you like I got the shit recorded or something. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, I've decided how to move already. I can't even wait on you to get it.
Yeah.
I've already decided what I'm gonna do, even though me telling you about it ain't for you to agree with me or disagree with me.
I'm letting you know how I see it. Maybe you'll adjust, maybe you won't. And if you won't adjust, I'll go do something else.
Look at SoSo up there getting turned on. Oh,
look, I'm 41, G. I'm sorry to say, but at this age, I gotta protect myself.
For me.
Anyway, what you say?
He said, I said it's Monic's voice for me. He said, I ain't got to talk to you about it. I already made the decision. I'm just coming upstairs to let you know what I decided.
That aggression just turns me on.
It's assertiveness, I think, not aggressive. But
the assertiveness.
We did a little chill.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all
I mean, I'm saying though, you gotta stand on something. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers will just move you around if you don't.
Right.
And then look, I'm 41. I'm not afraid to say some of this shit came from trauma. I'm not afraid to say it.
Yeah.
It is what the fuck it is. I gotta protect myself, and I got kids, so I can't let another person who's not their mother get me off my square. I can't even let their mama get me off my square.
Yeah.
Then I'm not right for my
baby.
baby.
Get you off the square.
Say what?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, the mama can get you off your square too?
She triggers me a bit, but you know, I maintain.
You know, it's funny that you said that, because I think a lot of men, you know, you have a lot to lose. If I go upstairs and have this conversation, I'm not sure of myself, and it might just be one more blow before I'm out the door. and so I'm gonna stay out of my man cave to protect all of y'all. I might need to make this decision to protect everybody, because if I go up there and you got something to say, that might be the final blow. The world already done beat me up. I lost my job, this, and that. So I don't like that's. Yeah, I need to trust you, but at the same time, like, it might just be one more shot that I'm gonna take before I just give up. And so I've been there before. I've been there where, like, you know, and my wife wasn't necessarily vocal, but she didn't have to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was still, you could his facial expressions and how she came back.
Passive aggressiveness is the devil.
Yeah. And it really broke me down, because it wasn't. It got into a blame game argument. And I didn't need none of that. And so a lot of times, sometimes I was one to voice my emotions, but sometimes I did just keep things to myself because I couldn't take another shot. I couldn't
because that's what I said. You already know the person that you're with, and you know what you can't say, you know what you can't say, you know certain things that you say might trigger that person, even if it's something simple, even if it's something untriggering, but that person is just an aggressive or angry person automatically. So some things, it's like sometimes with men and with women, like we walk on eggshells too sometimes in our relationship, because we know the type of guy we have. We sometimes don't know when we can be emotional with our men, you know, or when we can express our feelings with our men, because we don't know how they're going to react, because sometimes they're just so quick to snap out on us or just be so nonchalant or not caring, and then it brings even more emotion when you're showing that, like, you really don't care about our feelings. So it all depends on the person that you're with, like how emotional you can be with them, or you know what things you can share with them or what you can share with them. I would love for my man, you know, if he was to like open up to me, because I'm an open book. Yeah. So the guy I date, I would love for the next guy I date to be an open book, you know, and be able to express themselves and share his feelings. If I did something wrong, if I did something to hurt him or piss him off, tell me, you know, but tell me in a way where it's not going to lead where you're so aggressive with it. You know, if I did something to piss you off, I would want you to go calm down first. Yeah. And then come and talk to me, because when you're talking at me or yelling at me, I'm not going to argue back with you. I really don't receive it well, and that's anybody. Yeah. If you know, if you're yelling at me, I feel like I'm not receiving it, so it's not going to be even a good conversation or conversation at all. It all depends on that person.
Yeah, I got to double back, because again, you have to understand what I'm saying. There's a lot more at stake with a real leader and a real protector. That, like I said, that might be the final block. If I make you mad, then you know you don't want your partner to break down. But if you do something to me and I break down, I'm the protector. I'm the head of this thing. It would be best if I just sit down here and don't say nothing at all, because if I break, everything break. It's all about to fall down. This house of cards is coming down. So, like, I'm not just protecting myself. You have to look at it as, and I know it's a lot of men, they don't necessarily think like that, but I think deep down they understand this. I'm protecting all of us by not opening it up. I'm protecting all of us by not by keeping some things to myself. Is it always healthy? No. But I'm just saying women need to understand that if this man breaks, a lot more is at stake. If you break, I can get you back together. I gather you up. You know what I mean? But if the general go down, that's the army. Who up next? You know what I mean? That's the rest of everybody else. I got to protecting all of y'all.
Hey Ron,
huh?
I think you're speaking to dynamics that a lot of men haven't dealt with, right? A lot of men are not the general, right? Me and you, we've kept women, right? We've been the sole providers. Not everybody has done that for extended periods of time.
Yeah.
You know, some men got women that go to work too. You're not gonna general her. You know what I'm saying?
See, and that's easily, why can't he general her? Because she got a job too.
Because if she paying half the bills, she got the right to have some shit to say.
Even if she don't pay all the bills, she got the right to have something to say.
I mean, as a human, you always got the right to have something to say. But if you've ever, it's different. Ron, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean, my ex is a sole provider in my household.
So you know what I'm saying? So it's just different. I'm actually on your side here. Chill out. I got, no, I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry. But
it's fine, General.
Right. But I'm saying, so every man, that ain't every man's situation. And I think that's part of the issue, that there has been a culture change that it seems like a lot of us, we don't want to come to terms with, right? Women are working, right? I'm sorry, that changed the game.
Yeah.
It changed the game a lot because we are now competing with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If you don't have an analyst.
I don't know what they're saying, but okay.
Yeah. I guess she's saying, Kim, can you elaborate? Are you saying basically you're not a general if the woman don't have a voice too? That's kind of what I'm thinking. Elaborate, Kim.
Any woman I've ever been with has a voice. As a matter of fact, I've kept 2 women, so to speak, right? Like as far as I've been a sole provider for 2 women. No, actually 3. Actually, 3 women. So they had a voice. As a matter of fact, I went to work for them. That's pretty much was the dynamic. I went to work, brought home the bacon, they handled the money, and they kept the house. I was gone a lot. So that was their shit. Now, what it worked for me was when I finally was around to say something, my word was kind of heavy, right? It was a little heavier than it might have been otherwise because they didn't hear my voice a whole lot. So, old girl really run the house anyway. It's her house. Shit, if I spill something on the floor, I'm nervous because I spilled something on her floor. Because she didn't want to maintain the crib. You know what I mean? But generals got to be ready when it's time. You trust your soldiers to. This is just a metaphor, right? You trust your soldiers to handle the job you prepared them to do, and that's what a man is really doing. Is if he's the sole provider, is preparing his woman to do what she needs to do. You're giving her, making sure she got the tools to do what she needs to do. But a lot of men ain't doing that, so the game is just way different. She need peace too. Like she can't come home. She can't be your piece, and you ain't being hers too.
Right.
She out 12 hours a day working. And a lot of these rules that we talk about are for people who took their women out of work.
Yeah. Well, I think we need to redefine. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Before I get this thought out.
Yeah, no, I really mention about the analyst thing, the general needing an analyst. Like, I mean, yeah. So I think what Tom was trying to say is that like the general has his strategists, right? The general doesn't just ultimately come up with all of the strategies by himself. He typically has the recon information for him so he can make the best battle plan, right? But you have to be analytical. You have to be qualified for that job, though. Every woman is not qualified to be an analyst for her man. Some women are literally just like how we supply the men too. There are some people in general that they are just naturally followers and not the kind that become leaders. There are people who want to be taken care of. There are women, to my experience, that culture of the rules being set up for the women that have been taken out of work. They was taken out of work because they wanted to be, not because the man wanted that. You know what I'm saying? There may be some men who are more so like, okay, I just want to have a stay-at-home wife, a stay-at-home girlfriend, whatever. But in my experience, most of the time, most women are at home because that's where they want to be. They don't want to work. They don't want to provide for themselves. They want him to do it, and all they want to do is, give up their body. Because I've literally seen many shows and many interviews with women in the industry that have said this. They're like, well, if I'm giving him my body, everything I want should be paid for. That's not being analytical. That's not being an analyst. That's being an opportunist.
You're a liability.
That's being an opportunist.
That's where I don't agree with. And it's a lot of I've heard that so much when growing up. Like women would say, "Oh well, if you sleeping with him or whatever, he needs to be paying, taking care of everything. Sleep with him because he's my man and I chose to sleep with him. You know, like that's not. It's otherwise I'm basically kind of like, oh, okay, I'm gonna give up my body, and even though I'm your woman, but you still got to pay for me. So you're a woman prostitute. So it's like I don't. I never understood that method of oh well, he should be paying for everything. Now when I got with my ex, I did tell him like, hey, when I moved in, I was like, let me just go to school, and then let me go to school, let me get, my teacher's license. And then, after I come from school, he's like, okay, when you graduate, you got this amount of time to, get a job. I'm gonna take care of, everything. So then I was like, okay, well, I just want to work part-time. Yeah. And so we kind of had an agreement, like, okay, I'll just work part-time and then I want to start building up, my business. And he took care of everything, while I worked part-time, while I built up my business. At the same time, it's like he was the leader. He had the voice, but I also had a voice. Sometimes I allow his voice to be more prominent, but then sometimes when I didn't agree with certain things that he did or said, then of course, I step in and I say something. But like far as financial issues, he was way better at finances than me. So I let him control the finances because I know I have a shopping issue. I had an Amazon package every day and it was like a disease. Like I couldn't not have a package come to the door. So I would be dumb to be like arguing with him over who should control the money when I know I have a finance, I'm not good with finances. So I let him lead in that area. I let him lead in everything that I knew that he was stronger than me with, and some things that I was a little stronger than him as far as like, making sure things around the house was good or whatever. Then I took over that position. So I believe in roles and, in a relationship. And I also believe in letting my man lead. But that's what I'm talking about with the men, soft men. I shouldn't, if I'm bad with finances, and I'd be like, oh, okay, well, put this amount of money in my account, and you be like, okay. It's like you supposed to like, no, because I know all that money gonna be gone. We got bills to pay, but you allowing me to do whatever it is I want to do because you don't know how to lead. You know what I'm saying? You just trying to keep me happy. And the way of you keeping me happy is by giving me my way. But eventually I'm gonna get bored and then I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna meet a stronger guy, and that I'm like, oh wow, he's tough. He ain't gonna let me do whatever I want to do. And that's what I know I look for. I'm not looking for a yes man, and so you can cry on my shoulder all you want, but at the same time, you need to learn how to tell me no.
Yeah.
Because I spend all your money.
I really want to address Kim over here because she said that's where a lot of black men get it wrong. I do want to say I think we need to redefine leadership in this new era where you can't survive without two people having jobs in a household. And like the money does not equal the power anymore. And it shouldn't even be a power thing anyway. It should be look, I have this idea that God put it in men to lead. And
it's true.
And when it's saying that, to Kim's comment, being a leader is being beside you. It's being in front of you and beside you. I don't believe in just being, I want to be in front of you because I'm supposed to be protecting you. You don't want me just on the side of you. Yes, we're making decisions together, but you don't want that. You think you want it. You say you want it till things go down. It's time for somebody to be the leader. And to her point she said some men don't like it when when a woman can lead, it messes with them being a man. Of course it does. Because if you think that you're the leader, then part of your mentality as a leader is, as a leader, I know when to fall back. And so if you believe that you're the leader, you believe that you're to fall back if he's getting hurt. Why watch your man go through these issues? If you say that some men can't handle me being the leader, then fall back.
I don't want to be the leader.
Yeah.
I just don't. That's a yes man. Basically, I'm wearing the pants. Why am I wearing the pants? You know, you might as well put on my skirt. Like, I don't want to be the leader. And then I read that she's saying, Kim, I love you so much, girl. You say someone to be a lead and then turn around and say you're controlling. And so I had this conversation with Eric also. What's the difference between a man leading and a man controlling? The man controlling is basically taking it all, not allowing the woman to do anything, allowing the woman to say anything. It's his way or the highway. Like I'm all my rules is my rules. If I got rules for the kids, you can't disagree with me. Like a woman have no voice, a woman has no say, a woman is far behind him. He's no being on the side.
That's a dictator.
That's a dictator.
Right. That's the controlling man. A leading man knows that he's not all. He sometimes needs that woman, you know, to come in and do some things or whatever. And he allow that woman to have an opinion and a voice.
Say a leader delegates. That's to your point.
Right. Exactly. Thank you. So it's a difference. So I don't want a controlling man. I had controlling men, but I would love a man that leads.
Is she saying that she says some want to lead, then turn around and say you're controlling? I think she's saying like some men want to lead, but then turn around and say the woman is controlling. I think because like it takes all the energy out of a leader. You already going through your own basic human emotions being the leader, but it takes a lot out of you when every time you step, you got somebody behind you telling you that you stepped wrong. So like sometimes you just got to fall back and see where this goes. And then I think most men, they will, like if he fails so many times, he's gonna come back and he's going to come back and say, hey, you know, do you see something that I could have done better? If you
that was Philip. That was Philip that said that. That wasn't Kim.
Look, Kim, I'm sorry.
She said that was Philip. She like, look,
I'm going in. Look, you gonna talk about emotional. I'm getting all emotional. Look, Kim said, I'm sick of Kim. Nah,
say, look, don't
my bad, Kim.
On me.
Put me in control. Still a fall back. I'm trying to make a point. Nah. But yeah, like okay, let me shut up then. I'm making a whole point that ain't based on nothing.
Look, so we so much on this conversation. We're gonna have to talk about the other one next week because this one that took this topic then took the whole damn show.
Yeah, so, right. Where are we at? Where are we at? What time?
We at 9:30.
Oh. Well, no.
The Brown Lounge. Yeah, this topic took the whole show. I mean, but it was very interesting. It was very needed, no lie. Because there is, I mean, it's bottom line. I say, well, we're gonna go into closing, but before we go into closing, we gotta play. Today I learned what about relationships. So, Cypher 6, since you're the guest, what did you learn about relationships today?
Today I learned that relationships are more complicated than I thought. I had a thought process that, you know, men and women have a certain set of rules. Like I said, most of them have been given to us from the time we were boys and girls. But those rules change with time. There are adjustments that come along the way. It's personal growth, trauma that the women are dealing with, trauma that the men are dealing with. And it's just, we need to have more conversations like this. We need to have more communication because the relationships are more complicated than we even think.
Man, I gotta co-sign with him. Yeah, and so I thank you for having this platform because there is healing that needs to take place where we not battling each other. And I thank you for not I don't think we've been very combative on this show. And I know sometimes people want to see that, but I think more now than ever we need healing. We need healing. I stepped outside of myself and gave it to aggressive women. Because usually I'll be like, no, I ain't dealing with you. But, you know, it's bringing me to this realization that I feel like I'm putting myself in your shoes. And if you don't know how else to act, like I have to have a little bit of grace. I have to have a little bit of understanding that I'm hearing you talk like this. I'm hearing you be like this. But you know what I'm saying? You don't mean it. So it's a fine line for a man because how do I not lose my place as the leader and at the same time have grace for you. I don't want you yelling at me all the time. I don't want you to think it's okay to be aggressive towards me all the time. But at the same time, I have to find this line of grace. To where I'm not like, you know what, forget you. I'm leaving. I have to be able to stick around and be there for it, but at the same time let you know, hey, this is not cool. But I hear you, but you ain't got to say it like that. You ain't got to come at me like that. Can you be respectful of me?
Because there's a reason why. There's a reason why the person is reacting that way, the woman is reacting that way. And if we can get to the root of that reason, you know what I'm saying? I think it's a better chance for us to find a healthier way of communicating our problems or grievances. But we have to understand it first. We have to get to the bottom of what is the reason that you feel the way that you feel, and you feel the need to talk to me this way and address me this way. And that goes both ways. It's for men and women.
Yeah,
we got to get to the root of the problem to fix it.
Oh yeah, definitely. And Kim is right. Communication is the key. And so today I learned first, I love these platforms because, like I told you earlier when we were talking, Ron, like doing these podcasts, it actually helped me to be a better woman and to see another side of me and get men's opinions, because it's women, we are so one-sided. We are, okay, yeah, this is me, this is it's because of this, it's because of that, and it's him. And doing these podcasts, it helped me learn, like, okay, I need to understand a man. I need to see a man's point of view in certain situations, because we only see our point of view. We don't see it from a man's point of view because we don't think like men and men don't think like women. So to have these certain topics this is why I always wanted a male co-host, because two women, we're never going to change. If I'm talking to another woman, if I'm talking to men, I can see what I can understand. Okay, I was thinking this way, but I'm talking to a man now and he's letting me know, like, no, that's not good. That's not cool. That's not what a man wants. That's not what the man is looking for. So it really do help me in understanding, more of a man. So today I learned that, yes, men should be able to open up more. And I can't tell a man like how emotional he can be. That was a little selfish of me to say that, because a man should be able to break down whenever he needs to break down and feel comfortable with breaking down in front of me, whenever at any point at any time in his life, if he just feel like life has taken so much over him, because a man do carry a lot, especially when he's a real leader in his household. A lot of weight is carried on him. So at one point where he feel like he can't carry that weight anymore and that week just piled up on him, he should be able to just break down in front of me and just cry and just let it all out. Mm-hmm. So today I learned it's okay for a man to be more emotional, and but he should still be able to lead the household and be able to protect us, and not just protecting me as far as if somebody trying to kill me, but protecting my peace, protecting my heart, protecting my emotion, and we should be able to protect the man as well.
Yes,
absolutely.
I'm learning a lot about my marriage in this, about why it might have failed, about just learning. I'm learning a lot. Just learning a lot has opened up my mind to that. Thank you, Kim. Is that Kim?
Yeah, that's Kim.
Thank you, Kim. When we all fall into our God-given roles, things will go so much easier. I think if we like submissive just sounds so bad. We've made that a bad word in society.
Submissive isn't bad at all. It isn't bad.
No, it's not a bad thing. Yeah, you'll find that your man.
We're gonna have a show about what submissive is. Me and Eric had that show, and I do want to have that show about what submissive is, because it's not a bad thing. It's just can be taken advantage of, and it could be looked at in a different way. And like I was telling you earlier, like even with me dating, I find myself being submissive and just dating, and that gets taken advantage of. So I say you're welcome. So submissive is not a bad thing. It just can be taken advantage of.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, I won't say no more.
All right. So thank you again, Cypher Sick.
Thank you
for coming on. I wish you got to come on more. You're so you keep Ron calm. Like you're no, Ron was a little behaving. Ron was behaving. Ron didn't get sexual. or nothing. Like Ron was behaving today.
Act like I'm a dog out here. Like I just.
Hey, I'm happy to help.
have to bring you back. Thank you, Media Monix, for coming out. He had to go, so he just jumped out of here. Thank all y'all for watching, for tuning in. Kim, thank you. And we'll see y'all again next Monday, 7 or 8:30, whichever one works best for us.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry, y'all. It was my
between
fault.
7 and 8:30. No, because last week I was late, so
yeah,
it's between 7 to 8:30.
Yeah, I had to do this show with my man today. Y'all go check out the V&O with Cypher Sick, man. It was a dope show. I shut up and I let him talk. Surprisingly. Yeah, it was a dope show. Y'all go check that out.
That's on your YouTube, right?
Yeah, we just did it right before we came on, and it was a great show. I got to go back and watch it myself because he dropped some bars.
Yes, sir.
You rap?
Yeah, I'm an artist. I'm a recording artist and performing
artist. I
artist.
know you're an artist. I heard of you before. You rapped on his show.
I'll be on Shop Talk.
Yeah, that's okay. That's where I see your name at. Yeah, I recognize your name. I've never seen your face.
So he got bars, like some stuff that you want to do, like with your intros and stuff like that. Yeah, he might.
Don't recommend nobody else for my intros because Monix never even gave me a beat, or you, by the way. So thank you very much for that. And
oh gosh.
Anyway, did I call you out on live? I did. Anyway, yeah. So I think Monix sent me one of your songs before, for me to listen to it, and I was like, okay, he's dope, or whatever. So I'm with CMI in radio, it's an internet radio station where they heard like internationally and nationally. So if you want, me, you can send me a song and I will, put it on my show. I'm on Fridays from 7 to 9. Your song if it's
I'm gonna tap in with you. I definitely got you on the deal, so I'll send you something. I appreciate you, SoSo. Thank you.
Send me something appropriate. You said I'll send you something. I'll be scared of those. I'll be scared of those something. I'll be scared of those something. So
I promise it.
Okay, just want to make sure. All right.
If he wants something inappropriate, that's how women be talking. Hurry up and cut me off.
No, you got to clarify nowadays. You got to clarify nowadays. Right. Oh, and look, and so also,
this just
I really quickly made an outro, Ron.
You did?
I did.
Nice.
I'm gonna play it.
Okay.
It's so simple.
Hey y'all, thank y'all.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank y'all. Good night.
Thank you for watching Speak It Podcast with SoSo and co-host Ron Reed. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube page Speak It Podcast with SoSo. Also, subscribe to Ron Reed's podcast, V&O Podcast, on YouTube. That's Views and Opinions Podcast on YouTube. Join the Speak It group page on Facebook to get the latest in conversations. Also, watch every Monday to be a part of those conversations. Again, thank you, and we love having you.
I told her that she got it.